Thanks for tuning back into The Spill, everybody. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to hit the bell so you can get updated with any new episodes every time we tape. Tonight we want to talk about a little bit of everything. Within the past week, we've had quite a few tragic incidents come up and relevant trending topics. So let's talk about probably the most talked about topic this week, and the death of rap icon Nipsey Hussle. It's been all over the news and media, social media, everywhere, and it's just devastating.
It is really sad. Like, I wasn't really into his music because he wasn't my generation. I'm not really into that much rap music anymore. But I knew who he was. I knew who he was dating. I seen him at events. He seemed like a really cool, laid-back guy.
Right. Very well put together. Yeah. Very dapper. You know what I mean? He commanded that type of presence. Yeah. You know, he had that energy.
Them guys that girls want, kind of like a bad guy, but not necessarily. He's
not in the streets no more. Kind of like an OG, but he was still young.
Yeah. And he seemed like he treated his lady with a lot of respect, and you know, their pictures and things like that. Just kind of that. What they called it, like that gangster love or something like that.
Yeah, that thug love.
Yeah, that's what it was. It just seemed like that. But the things that he's done for his community and how he inspired other people. And I also went back and looked at some of his interviews.
I had to.
And that guy was speaking so much knowledge.
So much knowledge at a very young age. Yes. When everybody else was cash, card, money, you know, hoes.
He was like, on invest.
Exactly.
Yeah, all of that.
Put your money into real estate, buying up the block, put your money back into your community. And I had heard from a higher level of the things that he was doing, but I wasn't really directly in tune with all the philanthropic opportunities he was creating in his community, you know?
Right.
And his music, you know, there were a few songs that I did listen to, but in going back listening to it, that's what he raps about. So for me, that's exceptionally commendable. You know what I mean?
That's some stuff I listen to. Yeah. So now I'm going to have to go back and try to
for
listen.
real, you know, because here I am trying to figure it out. Right. You know? I'm trying to figure it out, how to real estate, you know, invest in real estate and build my assets and leveraging assets and diversifying my portfolio, and I'm teaching myself. So I can bump that because I feel it, you know. Right. So
and it's better than this shit that you can't understand what they saying. What they call it, mumble rapping.
The mumble
I'm
rap.
glad they asked mumbling because they ain't talking about nothing anyway.
That's this generation, you know. And you know what they say that's from? Everybody's all high off of pills and perks, so they just mumbling.
I guess so.
They just moving to the beat.
Whatever floats your boat, but that crap ain't getting you nowhere.
Right.
Seriously.
Yeah.
That's why I don't even listen to this mess. I was, you know, the Tupacs, the Biggies.
Yes. And that's the other thing. I just feel like for the culture, especially for his community and for LA, like since, you know, Tupac and Big, this has been like the most, you know, the biggest.
It actually really has.
Yeah, tragedy to rap since then. And I feel like a lot of the youth today and the millennials, they're kind of disconnected from them because they were babies. You know what I mean? We were of age and we kind of saw what was going on. So this is more closely connected to them.
He actually reached this generation. Right. And this generation needs some reaching.
Right.
Because the girls, all they want, they glorifying
the wrong things.
The wrong stuff. It's all about image, Instagram models, and trying to get clout for nothing.
And that's the other thing, especially with his death, girl. It's just, it really just shows how much people clout chasing are so thirsty for somebody that was that well respected in his own community, bringing about change. You know what I mean? Everybody spoke so highly of him, so you can only imagine how it was there in LA.
Right.
But for somebody, why is it that once you get to a certain level, it's like somebody always gotta hate?
I don't know. It's really terrible. But we as a community, as a whole, just people in general, it just needs to change. Like, start focusing on some other things. Young ladies, go out the house, be dressed. Like, dress up and make yourself look like something. Stop glorifying these fake asses and these big boobs, and embrace yourself how you are,
or
your
showing,
flaws or whatever.
Showing everything and putting it out on a platform.
You have to leave something
That's
for
what
the imagination.
Exactly.
And that's how men was dating. But now, I mean, it's just totally different, and I really don't get it.
Right.
I mean, I think class is definitely
timeless.
Exceptional.
Exactly.
And you will bring quality men, and men, pull your damn pants up. That's just the nastiest shit ever, to just be walking down the street and you showing your damn
butt
drawers.
crack, drawers hanging. I know we sound like some mamas for real, but seriously, you're not gonna attract any type of commendable woman
or any respect.
Exactly.
No, number one, as a woman,
no one's gonna take you serious.
Yes, you have to. When someone is approaching you or dating you, you teach them how you want to be treated.
Absolutely.
And if you show up with your ass out and your titties out, looking like what they call them, a thought, that's basically
Tatiana.
what you're gonna look like. Okay, so they not gonna have any respect for you, because the way that you're introduced, you teaching them to treat you like a hoe.
Well, that and everything that you're going to offer them as a potential girlfriend, you're already showing and presenting it to the whole wide world anyway.
I mean, if I was a man, I wouldn't even want to date a woman that's showing everything, because just like I'm seeing everything, everybody else is seeing it.
Exactly.
And
There's nothing for me.
You want a lady in the streets, but
a freak in the sheets, honey,
okay.
And it don't get no better.
So
the quiet ones, the one that you don't see none of that extra shit online, it goes down in the bedroom. Trust and believe.
So those the ones that the men want. So if you single and you naked, that's why you single.
Put some clothes on your ass, and maybe
you
can get you a respectable man, or a significant other, or a wife, or a husband, or whatever you're trying to do. But if you want to be taken seriously, it starts with self-respect, self-worth. Value yourself and want more for yourself before you try to demand that from others.
And men, you're not going to get a valuable woman running around here with your pants down to your ankles. I just don't get it. What's the point of even putting pants on if you're gonna have them all the way and pulling on your damn pants? That's the wackest thing ever.
Think about what you're really attracting. You know what I mean? And I feel like in today's, I guess more so back in the day too. You know what I mean? It's a lot of there's more gender reveals and baby showers than it is wedding parties and marriages, it seems like.
Yeah.
You know, it seems like that's a trend. So, fellas, if you want to attract the right type of woman, you need to think about who's going to be potentially raising your kids, not who, just got you standing at attention at 2 a.m. or whatever. You know what I mean? You need to think about the long term. You don't even know if these people are mentally okay or anything, but she got a fat ass though, huh?
But bottom line is, women respect the men, men respect your women.
And respect yourselves, most importantly. If we can't learn anything else from the death of Nipsey Hussle, think about it from what can you do now. Of course, you're going to, if you're a big super fan, I'm not going to sit here and profess that I was. I did have an interest in a lot of the things that he was doing in some of his music. You know what I mean? Because it was good. But from here, I say definitely, stream his music, but then also carry on that legacy. What was he really trying to preach, and continue to instill those values into, your lives and the people around you. And that's all he
was really pushing wealth and legacy. Mm-hmm. And that comes from being smart,
ownership.
Ownership. And also just being a good father, being a good husband, being a good friend, being a great person to your community. And just, sometimes it's good to mentor. Yeah. I don't take a lot of time in mentoring kids individually, but if I'm out speaking, I'll speak to some young kids if I see them, or somebody's kids that
as the opportunities present themselves.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So every little bit helps.
Yeah. So we also want to talk to you about some other stuff that we had on our mind. We got a couple questions submitted into the email. If you guys haven't emailed us yet, please email us your questions and topics for future videos. First question is, ladies of TheSpill, what do you think is harder to find? A man without children, a man who won't cheat, a man that's financially stable, a man without a police record, or a man that's willing to commit? That's a good question. I feel like there's tiers because there's levels. I don't know if there's one man that has all of them. I mean, he might, but what's probably the hardest, you think? I think the easiest would say a man without a police record. There are several eligible bachelors out there that aren't into it with the law. Exactly. Not everybody's going to jail. So I feel like that's attainable.
I agree. Without children, there are a lot of men that don't have kids.
There are. And it just really depends on what stage you're in your life. Maybe if you're looking for somebody and you're 55, then maybe the likelihood is going to be slimmer than somebody that's just starting out and they're 25. So
I agree.
We can check that one off the list.
A man is financially stable. It depends on who's the person that's dating.
Right.
Because financially stable to you may not be financially stable to the next person. So it just depends on that person's preference.
Exactly. And I feel like if we're talking about self-sufficient, can they support themselves? Do they have a job? You know, even friendships and, you know, business relationships, I feel like we know our fair share of men who are financially stable in that aspect as well. So that would be the next for me.
I think the two that'd be hard would be a man that won't cheat.
Yeah, I can see that.
And a man that's willingly ready to commit.
And give up that ring, ladies, and actually commit to you.
So it don't matter.
It's kind of one and the same, you know. They kind of almost overlap, you know, because it's like if they take that step and they're not cheating, then chances are they're in a position where they're ready to commit and move forward in a monogamous relationship.
Because the thing is, a man that's financially stable, he know he can get whoever he want. So most likely he's not going to want to commit because he's still ready to go around and
play in the field, see who he can get, see who can entertain, you know. And really, I feel like a lot of it is not having to answer to anybody or not having to compromise their values or their way of doing things with another person, because those are big in marriage, you know, communication and compromise. And when you're single, let's face it, you don't really have to deal with that.
And you ain't even got to be good looking, because these little helpers out here now, they'll do anything. Because some of these rappers that I be seeing that's dating these women, I be like, now you know she don't want you for real. Come on, let's date in your league. If you somebody who got a lot of money just because you done made up your little mumble rap, and don't go out here going for some half-breed, long
called him
hair.
a half-breed, y'all.
What? What they are half-breed? What do they call them? Mix. I'm sorry.
There's a preferred term or
I didn't mean any harm.
She just talking, y'all.
Yeah, I'm just talking some mixed chick just because she got long hair, and then some of them ain't even got long hair. It's just a good weave,
right?
Or a good wig.
Yep.
And so
and you never know. Don't even rule it to just black ladies, because white people, Europeans, mixed chicks, they get weaves too.
Right. And they just want to step out of their league in dating, and
money and power allows them to do that. Yeah.
But that's stupid to me.
Yeah.
And you know why it's stupid? Because you know she using you. Right. The minute you don't, the money stop and the trip stop or the flight stop.
Or the fame stops. Once that well dries up.
She may have a baby by you, little thing may have a baby.
Oh, of course, to secure her financial future. Yeah. To make sure that she gets a reoccurring check from that.
Yeah.
We've seen that play out time and time again, so many times.
Now, Evelyn's my girl.
Okay.
Basketball wise. Yeah. I really liked her. But her daughter was 20-some years old, and she had that baby by that baseball player.
Girl.
And I was like, who really doing that?
She had her eggs frozen and everything. No, they were supposed to be more.
No, they was engaged.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying nothing about that. And she was getting her own little bag, but she wasn't getting that bag that man was getting.
She wasn't getting that secure.
And I'm not
MLB
saying
check.
Don't go running to her. They saying
somebody
you
gonna
had
add
a
her.
baby just by. No, I'm not saying that. But
something to think about. When you have a child that's in their 20s, though, you have your whole life. But I guess if you feel that you're fulfilled in every other aspect, and
I could understand if you're young and you have a child and then your child. No, I don't understand
not
it. Dude,
at all.
I ain't having no more. Mine's 23. I'm
Girl,
good.
that's what I'm saying. Like, once you get to the 20s, though, it's like
you really
you can have a grandkid and you can have the
Right.
same effect, you know, like a baby, you know, spoil them, take care of them, and
Look,
send them on
but anyway,
home.
we getting off topic. But back to the child support. So she may have the little baby so she can get some child support, have you around. But them chicks do not want them. But I'm gonna give them a little something. Maybe at first they didn't want them, but then
They
their
could grow to like
personality,
them.
they probably
Maybe
grow
they
to like
could,
them.
right?
But just dating you leave, guys. Just dating you keep a lot more money that way.
So let me ask the follow-up question. Do you think that somebody can be together in a relationship and they're in it for the wrong reasons at first, but can it turn into something genuine?
I don't know.
Or do you feel like if somebody's motives was intentionally I'm gonna just mess with this dude to see what he got, to see how far I can take this, and I guess it's possible.
We would have to have someone on the show that's actually
a
done
real
it,
life experience.
I've looked at another example. What's the girl, Erica Kane or whatever? She
Erica
off of
Kane?
not Erica Kane. Girl.
Girl, that's wait a minute.
Erica Jane. It's
Okay.
Erica Jane. She's on Beverly Hills Housewives. Her husband, old.
Yeah.
And she's younger. She's really pretty. I really like her because even though she's married into money and she has money of her own now, she's very down to earth. But it's kind of like that Anna Nicole thing. What do you really want with a man that's that old? Like, I don't care how much money
I don't
you got.
care.
I couldn't even kiss him right
Girl.
I
I couldn't do it. Unless it's a sugar daddy that don't want no sugar, that's the only way.
Nah, he wants something.
You know he do.
They want something.
You
Even
know
if
he
they
do.
can't even move for real, they want something. And I just couldn't do it. I can't
can't.
sell myself like
No.
I mean, it's a nice little come up because you know they ain't gonna be around long, I guess. But nah.
I just couldn't do it. I'd rather have my own bag and then just do what I want. Deal with who I want to deal with. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so next question that you guys emailed in. We
Let's
thought this
see.
was a pretty good topic.
It really was. What's the craziest thing you have done to find out if you were being cheated on?
Now that's a good one. I don't know about the craziest. Let me roll back in the Rolodex. Let's see. Have I hacked into a voicemail phone before?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else? I done did some pull-ups in the morning. I didn't, I didn't hit the streets, Once you pass curfew, I'm gonna hit the streets on you.
Mm-hmm.
What else? What am I leaving out?
I don't know. Hell, I've done stakeouts.
I've stakeouts. I've done stakeouts too. Phone records, you get them text message bills back, the detailed billing statements.
Now, I've never done the text message bill, but I did sign up for online billing. So they had this thing, I don't even know if they still got it, but they had it where you can sign up. They send a code to your phone, you get the code, and then you sign up online, and the phone records actually goes like the latest of 2 hours. And I would download that app, and I would look at the phone records. And then I dialed the last number one time before he wasn't at home.
Ah, okay.
And so I dialed the number, and I'm like, "Hi, who am I speaking with?" And the other lady was like, "Who is this?" I'm like, "This is Kendra."
Yeah.
"Oh, do you want to speak to so-and-so?" "Well, yes, I do." And
As
she
a matter
hands
of
him
fact.
the phone. He gets on the phone like, "Oh, who's that?"
Right. Hello.
Click.
Right. Girl, that reminds me one time, speaking of steakhouse, I remember I was right outside before. Had no idea. Okay, well, I'm going to go to sleep. I'm tired. Okay, baby, love you. Click. Walks right out, and here I am. When I mean, it looked like he's.
Wait,
I was.
who
I could have
walked
been.
out?
I
Just
could have.
him?
Yeah, just
Or-
him. I
okay.
could have been Casper the Friendly Ghost, honey. Because when I mean, he was white as snow. He hopped in that car and got so low, and then of course you want to call, and then you want to know where I'm at. And let me just pick you up. I just need to talk to you. It's
Yeah, you got to make it together.
Exactly. So.
Now, the other craziest thing I've done, and this is a tip, you ladies might want to do this. So, if your man got his own house and he got a garage door opener, nowadays most cars come with garage door openers, and you just program it.
Right.
So, I was at the house one day. We wasn't living together at this time, and I programmed my car to his garage door, and so
instant access at any time.
And so I would come in and just check and just make sure everything was cool with nobody in here.
Yeah.
And then if he wouldn't answer the phone, I'd come in the house and he'd be like, "How are you getting in my house?"
Now that's the definition of a true drive-by.
Yeah.
That's the drive-by.
And so I would put my shoes by the front door so he would think I was coming by in the front door and things like that. And so he's like, "I'm changing all my locks." I'm like, "Change them."
I'll just figure them out too.
Yeah. I just make another key. No, I didn't have no key.
Yeah.
I had easy access coming straight
And he
through
didn't
the
never
garage.
even know. He never figured it
I
out.
told him after we got married.
Like, I can share that with you now, sir, because it doesn't even
because
matter.
you got to keep
It's
your
irrelevant.
secrets.
Exactly.
So, ladies, if you do it, don't tell you got it, and don't use it for unnecessary reasons. You're supposed to use that when it's necessary.
The necessary for the good stuff when you need good confirmation.
Real good.
Right.
So that was a good question, and I'm spilling all my stuff. I think that was it, right?
Okay.
As far as the questions.
Yes.
But
So-
nowadays, dating period. What do you think? Could you date in this environment now?
It's different. Today's generation is different because I feel like coming up, it was always, it was somebody that I knew, or it was a mutual friend, or you knew you were somebody's sister's brother. There was a relationship formed somewhere. There was a mutual connection, and so now I feel like social media and even these dating apps is real. It's common now, but I just don't think I could do it.
Yeah, you find a lot of riffraffs on those.
Because it's
the murderers.
Yeah.
You hear so many bad things about people going on dates and stuff like that, coming up missing.
And I feel like I meet a representative of your profile.
Oh, yeah.
You sit up here and you thought about how you wanted to answer all these questions to get a certain response from a certain person, whereas
Lying.
in person, basically your ass is lying. Whereas in person, I can pick up on your vibe and I can tell if you on bullshit or if you're lying. You don't get that connection online.
But nowadays, I don't think people even talk anymore, do they? They text, they swipe left and get hooked up on a date, and you wasting your time. Now, back in the day when I was dating, I always went to eat. Now, if we going somewhere, what do you want to do? I want to eat.
Girl, I'm going to take it back one step further for you. What about that 4-page letter? Now, what you know about that? We didn't have all these text messages.
That's true.
They was passing them
They
notes
was
back and
passing
forth.
notes. Yes. Or you had the pager with the I love yous and notes on it. You got to turn it upside down.
You had to make an effort back in the day. It was
911,
a significant
call
effort.
me now.
ASAP. I just felt like there was a significant effort back then. You felt it. Now it's just so much, it's just implied. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's very generic.
It is.
It's like, ugh.
Talking to like my nieces and stuff like that, and friends, kids that are, coming up now, the, young adult and stuff. It's just so different, where I feel like the goal more so was I dated with a purpose, and when I wanted to be single, I was single. But I feel like there's so many, younger kids that's just like, okay, well, we dating and we do everything like a boyfriend and girlfriend, but we not together. Or, you know what I'm saying? They really don't define their relationships anymore.
Right.
So.
And then you end up being a secret like Mariah Lynn.
And you don't even know it. No, define your relationship. And here's another thing I picked up on too is, for me, it was always a code. I don't know where this generation has come from, but if my friend has ever talked to you or dealt with you or messed with you, you're not even on
That's
the
so
mark
nasty.
for me. Like, I wouldn't ever even consider you. You know what I'm saying? And now it's just like...
And I ain't dating none of your friends.
Exactly. That's just...
You just passing them around.
Yes. Everybody how they get a turn. Like,
that just lets you know that they don't have any respect for you.
No,
you don't
whatsoever.
date friends,
right?
Or like introduce your man to. Now, one time, me and my friend did go on a double date, on a blind date, but we actually kind of connected with each other's dates. None of us had dated
prior to.
Yeah, so
okay,
it was kind of like
yeah.
a natural kind of gravitation, like, and
something
that
like
ended
that
up,
I can see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You didn't know them
no,
before.
I'm not dating you, and you come and talking about, I want to holler at you. Now,
no. I wouldn't be able to take you serious.
I just couldn't do it, and we don't even have the same taste.
Right,
Like we got. And not that everybody's man is like.
But yeah, exactly.
Like,
that's how you should feel though about your friend's significant other. It should feel like that. Like, what? That's like a brother to me. No. So I don't get that. I'll never be on the bandwagon of that. I'm not a fan.
No. And you have women out here that's dating their friends' man, like cheaters. Oh, we were best friends. Ugh.
Right.
No,
That's
you were not.
You wasn't ever the friend. You was the opportunist. And let me also put y'all up on some game, young women. So one thing that I realized early on, if your friends can't do the same type of things as you and have the same type of things that you have, jealousy and envy is a natural reaction of that, especially when you're young and naive and you're not as developed in your thought process and your emotions. So very on, I had myself around a lot of people that, hey, I'm going somewhere. I'm VIP. I can get in. You know what I mean? I'm the one that said, hey, this is the dude I want to talk to. You know what I mean? And that's who I end up talking to. And not to boast or brag, but that's to say, if you cute, you got a friend that's over here looking like a barracuda, shaped like SpongeBob, somewhere along the line, she's going to be jealous and envious of what you have put together. That's just a natural reaction of it.
Oh, you can tell those.
Yeah.
I've met some girls that they just start, like, trying to compete with me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. No. See, I try to be a little bit trying to, inviting others and try to, form some relationships.
I tried
all
that.
them little helpers
I tried that,
prove
girl.
me wrong.
Yes.
And I'm like, yeah.
That's exactly why I don't deal with you. I try to give y'all a chance, but
I ain't
got
got time for people. See? So anyway, we do have a child in the house. Sometimes it happens.
That's right.
Anyway, but yeah, I don't deal with friends trying to compete with me. I had this one chick come to my house, take a tour, and take pictures of the house in certain areas. And then she actually painted a room the color of one of my rooms. I'm not going to go into detail because...
Okay.
But, yeah.
So if you were that impressed by my interior design skills, you could have just asked me, hey, what color is this wall? I really love this paint.
It popped up on Facebook.
Wow.
Okay, let me just say. Okay, so I have a theater in my home. She went down in the theater and was like, oh, this is like some, this is a nice color. And so she made her a little theater in her room, not like mine's, but, and she painted the walls the same color.
Oh.
But I'm like, what the hell is this?
What are you trying to do? Right.
What's the single white female? Like,
that's some stalker shit. Like,
yeah, like she was really, it goes more in depth to what was happening, but she was literally like competing with me. And my close friends know exactly who it was and the shit she did. And I cut that hell off.
I was about to say,
like,
she got her ass shut down because I ain't heard nothing about her. So that means you ain't
talk
around.
More about
you ain't around.
Okay.
So thanks for tuning in tonight, you guys. We appreciate the additional subscribers. If you're new, thanks for checking us out. Make sure you continue to like and comment all of our videos. If you have future topics, please send us an email at thespillinquiries@gmail.com.
And questions. Come on, keep them coming.
Yes, we love juicy questions. And sometimes we can't come up with good stuff on our own. So if you want to hear something, let us know.
And then I start spilling my shit.
Bye, guys.
Bye.